Hey nerds, welcome back to another episode of Nerdlocker, a place for your inner nerd. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Cubby.
And this is episode 96.
This week we have some Marvel news for you, of course. And we got some news concerning a Toy Story of Terror. Ooh.
Let's get to it.
So great news, Haley. Disney and Pixar announced that they are doing a television special, Toy Story of Terror.
I am so excited for this. We won't be getting it until next year. It's going to be a Halloween special. But the story is that the toys go on a road trip and they get detoured at a roadside motel, and one of the toys goes missing and they kind of find themselves caught up in a mystery.
A murder mystery of sorts, it seems. I think this has great opportunities to include the game Clue. That would be so much fun to parody that in some way. But I don't want this to go without saying. Didn't Pixar say that they would be done with Toy Story after after that last movie? And then they made the little short before Brave, right? Or one of the movies.
Cars
and
2.
Now they're doing a television special. I feel like they probably started biting their fists after saying that they were going to be done with Toy Story.
Yeah.
And the fans probably broke out and said, "We want more Toy Story." So.
Yeah, I don't think that we're ever going to get enough Toy Story. It
Absolutely.
seems to be everybody's favorite Pixar film, or at least one of their top 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody's going to be tired of seeing theirs.
Yeah.
I definitely will never tire of them. Woody is one of my favorite Disney characters.
And like
ever.
I said, the parody value for Toy Story, it's endless. You could do so many parodies.
I can see
with
so
this,
many things with just Ham.
Oh yeah.
Just him with a monocle.
So what do you guys think about the news? Tell us in the comments below.
Hey guys, Cubby here with some video game news for you this week. First up, I got some awesome Star Wars video game news. Xbox Live actually hosted a image for an arcade game it has coming out recently that LucasArts hasn't even officially announced yet. It's called Star Wars First Assault, and we have no idea what the game's about. All we know is it's eventually going to come out, and it looks like it's actually going to be pretty awesome. In other Star Wars video game news, Star Wars Angry Birds comes out on November 8th, so definitely keep an eye out for that. In awesome video game sports news, Ohio State football, the marching band actually, they did an awesome medley in the Ohio State-Nebraska game where they did a video game like montage of all these different awesome, Halo and Mario. They pretty much covered all the bases and it looked really, really awesome. They did some really, really cool stuff, so definitely check that out on YouTube. In other news, EA is not going to be releasing NBA Live 13 just because it wasn't good enough. It was not up to their standards, which I think is awesome because they could have put out a crappy basketball game and that would have just ruined basketball games for everyone. As one of our Nerdlocker viewers actually requested some info on BioShock Infinite, and I gotta say, it comes out on February 26th. It sucks because it was supposed to come out in October this year. Got pushed back, and hopefully it does not get pushed back again because it was supposed to come out February of this last year. So cross our fingers right there. Lastly, World of Warcraft got hacked recently. Hardcore style is so awesome to hear about this hack. Azeroth, parts of some cities of Azeroth were actually being completely destroyed, and these guys found out an exploit to kill characters and NPCs with no regard to anything. And they just kind of massacred a bunch of people and probably pissed a lot of people off. There's been a hotfix and everything has been fixed. They're not going to happen again. But man, it would have been awesome playing that game. That would have been a game. So let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below.
Hey guys, once again, we have a barrage of Marvel news for you.
Yeah, actually, first up, we got the Hulk TV show, which Guillermo del Toro is producing. He actually gave us a little more news on it. Saying they have a writer in sight, they're eyeing someone, they totally have someone in mind, but he's really busy right now and they're waiting to meet up with him. So they have a writer they want to talk to who they won't say who it is. They have not given any clues as to who or what it is other than that he's really busy. So the only person I can think of is Damon Lindelof because, he did write an amazing story with Ultimate Hulk versus Wolverine, which if you haven't read it, holy crap, it's awesome. Anyways, that's one thing that was kind of cool this week.
We've also got a big rumor. I would take this with a grain of salt because it is from a UK tabloid, so we don't know exactly how legitimate this is, but it sounds like Emily Blunt and Ruth Wilson are up to possibly play Miss Marvel in the Avengers sequel.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That would be really awesome.
I love Carol Danvers, especially after House of M, but that's a whole different thing. But man, do I love her. And just to see her live as Emily Blunt as Carol Danvers,
I have to say though, I don't know how true this can be. Though they're already gonna have a lot of characters.
Yeah, that's true. And this also is for the Avengers 2, which is not even like in motion yet.
Yeah,
So
and they're gonna have all the Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah. I think Guardians of the Galaxy might play into Carol Danvers coming and being her own person, but I don't know. It's way too far to see. But there is one thing that we heard this week that for sure it just totally made me like my heart just started beating out of my chest. But Captain America: The Winter Soldier is looking for its female lead, and it's been narrowed down to five beautiful ladies. God, cannot wait. And first one, my personal favorite girlfriend ever, like the one I'd push everyone else to the side for. Emilia Clarke, Daenerys Stormborn, Targaryen. Yeah.
Among those, we've also got Alison Brie, who is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that we announced this previously, and we announced 3 names, and only one made it through, which is Imogen Poots. So
we'll see what happens. I cannot wait to see which sexy actress gets to play Captain America's lead. Also, another thing, Black Widow is actually going to be in it, Scarlett Johansson. So we're not sure how big her role is going to be, how important to the plot.
Cameo.
Yeah, it might just be a cameo. Might just be to keep all like the Avengers universe together.
Might just be to stay true to her contract.
Boom, boom, that too. But I don't know. I'm so stoked for this. It's going to be one sexy movie. I cannot wait for it. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below and how big your nerd boners are going to be. Lady boners included. Asterisk.
Hey guys, got a bunch of comic book news for you this week. First up, a couple Marvel Now announcements. The Young Avengers are finally getting a new series of their own, written by Kieran Gillen. The series will revolve around an almost completely new team up. Wiccan, Hulkling, and the female Hawkeye are coming back for the series, but now we're going to have a couple new members. Miss America, Novar, otherwise known as the Marvel Boy, and the ever-popular Loki are joining the team. This series is set to be released in January 2013. Also, the Savage Wolverine is coming up, and that's going to be written and drawn by Frank Cho. Unlike his solo storylines, this is going to be a team-up with Shanna the She-Devil, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Plus, she's probably going to have really huge tits, so that's great. This is another series set to be released in January 2013. Happy, written by Grant Morrison and drawn by Derek Robertson, just got a movie deal, and it looks like the RZA is going to be directing it, so that's good news. The story revolves around a corrupt ex-cop who's now a hitman, and he starts getting visited by a young girl's imaginary friend, who happens to be a flying, feathered, talking horse named Happy. Looks like a lot of fun, and Grant Morrison's going to be writing the screenplay, so it should be in good hands. And lastly, the first doctorate in comic books has been given out to Michael Uslan. You might know him as the executive producer of almost every single blockbuster Batman movie that's ever been made. Yeah, he's really proud about it, and I'm really proud about it because it means that I have a chosen field of choice for myself. I really want to be a comic doctor. I think that anybody that reads comic books wants to have a doctorate in comic books and be able to say that with a straight face. So let's all get together and get our doctorates in comic books. So it looks like we just might get a sequel of sorts to that Drive movie we all loved.
Oh yeah, Nicholas Winding Refn, the director, actually said in an interview recently that the driver would not appear, very, very sternly said, would not appear in a direct sequel to Drive, but he might appear in another project the director was working on in some capacity, way, shape, or form. So whether that means it's like a cover-up, I don't know, but sounds pretty awesome.
It's a whole bunch of rumors at this point, a whole bunch of smoke and mirrors, but what we do know for sure is that there is actually a sequel to the books sequel titled Driven in the works, but it has nothing to do with the other director. So it may not even have anything to do with the first Drive. You know, who knows? There's so many rumors going on right now, we just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so hopefully if they actually do a sequel to Drive, that hopefully people actually go see it and we're like, oh my god, I can't believe I missed out on the original in theaters.
I'll be at the theaters,
awesome.
definitely.
I will be there midnight. Let us know what you guys think and if you'll be there too.
Hey guys, this is Haley, and for the past 2 weeks, I have been doing nothing but watching How I Met Your Mother. If you are one of the few people on the planet who hasn't been watching this show, I don't know why you're not. It has awesome people. It's got Neil Patrick Harris from Doogie Howser, it's got Kobe Smulders from freaking Avengers, and Jason Segel from Everything Awesome Ever. So it's getting me really psyched. The new season is just starting up, and it is going to be legend.
All right, guys, Cubby here with my pick this week, and it is going to be The Sword. They are a metal band with like, you know, that the first couple albums were sword and sorcery. Now they're switching it up. They're doing a little more sci-fi, fantasy in their lyrics and their songs. I mean, it's just great classic metal, just, you know, D&D playing metal, but it sounds way more badass than if you were just playing D&D. But that's totally like the feeling I get. It's like, oh, I'm gonna fight some orcs and kill some elves. And they have a song about the Game of Thrones, man. They have like 3 songs about Game of Thrones. How is that not awesome? Check these guys out. The Sword. They rule.
So this week I got a package from my father. It was a box of my old toys from when I was a kid. So my pick this week is going to be the Talk Boy, made famous by the Home Alone movies. When that movie came out, I needed nothing more but that little recorder so I can record stuff and mess with my brothers and mess with my parents and everything. And it took me 3 months to get it, but I finally did. And now it's taken me years to get it back. My pick this week, the Talk Boy.
What's up, guys? Brandon here. And my pick this week is Dishonored. New video game that I have not been able to put down. This is really cool. It's got an old school, like, BioShock feel. I feel a lot of BioShock 1 in this game. But the amount of things you can do in this game, like the amount of ways you can complete a mission and a kill, and it's incredible. Check this out. Yeah, just play this game.
I dare it.
All right, that is going to do it for episode 96 of Nerdlocker. But until next week, be sure to check us out on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and nerdlocker.com for all your nerdy news. My name's Brandon.
And I'm Cody.
And you guys have a nerdy week.